What's going on, everyone? In today's episode, I'm going to give you some pro tips to growing the biggest, healthiest, most productive blueberries you've ever grown. Let's go. So the first thing you need to know about blueberries is there are two main varieties of blueberry. There are the high bush variety and the low bush variety. Now, as the name implies, there's no confusion, or there shouldn't be very much confusion, because high bush varieties grow tall and low bush varieties are very low to the ground. They're typically more wild. You see them in states like Maine, where they take these big rakes and they kind of rake them through the fields of blueberries, or they have big ones and they kind of swipe their arm across. Very cool. But high bush varieties are probably the most common and the variety you're probably more familiar with. But regardless, you need to know which variety is which, because if you get the wrong variety and it's not for your growing style, you may be a little bit disappointed. High bush varieties have quite a few different subtypes. So this one right here is known as Cabernet. There's another one that we're growing called Duke, and then we have Chandler, and then we also have another one called Jersey. So we have 4 different varieties here. They're all gonna bloom at different stages, some earlier, some later, but there's a lot of different varieties. So make sure you do your research, find one that works for you. Next thing you need to know about growing blueberries is they love acidic soil. Our soil, not quite acidic enough. So we're growing in some really great compost here. We just got this stuff from our local compost facility, but then even then, our native soil is quite heavy clay. The pH is right around 6.5, so it's slightly acidic, but it's nowhere near acidic enough for blueberries. Blueberries like a pH of right around 4.5, so they really love a very acidic soil. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some of this fast-acting sulfur. Now this is something you're gonna have to do on a yearly basis. In the springtime, you're gonna wanna re-amend your soil every single season, because otherwise the soil will have a tendency to buffer back to that original pH. So if we just kind of left this and let it go for a couple years, what we'd find out is over time, the leaves would start to turn kind of purpley, reddish purple. They would stop growing. They would fruit very poorly. The plant would look very weak and feeble. And you'd test the pH only to find out the pH was right around 6.5 again. So we want to come in here and definitely use a good amount of this soil sulfur. Now, how much to use is based on the back of the bag and the pH of your soil. So for us here, our pH is right around 6.5. We're gonna use right around 5 pounds per row here. So it's about a 20-foot row. We'll use right around 5 pounds. Next tip I can give you all about growing blueberries is focus on nitrogen. They love lots of nitrogen. The more nitrogen you can give them, the bigger and the healthier the plant is going to be. These plants are beautiful, they're coming out of dormancy, but in order to create all that new growth, we need nitrogen. So what we've done is we have fertilized with a lot of compost. That's going to amend the soil, soften the soil, but it's also going to make sure that there's some nitrogen. There's not quite enough for what I would like, so we are going to be using some Trifecta Plus. We're going to use Trifecta Plus as our all-purpose fertilizer of choice. Use what you like. You don't have to use Trifecta, that's just what we use, but something that's going to be high in nitrogen. Bone meal is high in phosphorus, blood meal is high in nitrogen. You want to make sure that if you're targeting a certain nutrient, you're using the right thing, because if you don't give enough nitrogen to these beautiful plants, what you're going to find is they're going to get very stunted, very thin stemmed, and if you notice the tops getting all wispy at the top, some people just assume that's new growth. New growth should be nice and rigid as well as nice and dark green. And so if it gets nice and wispy at the top, feed them some nitrogen and they'll thank you. Blood meal, kelp meal, fish fertilizer, or if you're not growing organically, ammonium sulfate is another option. It adds the sulfur, which amends the pH, and gives you the nitrogen that you're looking for. But again, that's not organic. We choose to grow organically, but you have lots of options for you when it comes to nitrogen. That's super important. All right, so you're probably wondering about this black mulch here and why we're using this versus something like pine shavings or wood chip mulch. Well, you could use pine shavings or wood chip mulch. However, we want a very aggressive weed fabric here because blueberries are very susceptible to disease from surrounding weeds. We want to make sure that we choke out any weeds that are going to be competing for not only nutrients, but also that growing space, because if weeds are growing up next to your blueberries, they're susceptible to things like rust, different blights, as well as a lot of other fungal issues that can affect your blueberries. But the host plants are usually your surrounding weeds, not necessarily the soil. Like in the case of tomato blight, that's a soil-borne fungus that doesn't really affect blueberries as much but there are some blights that come into play with your surrounding weeds. So if you can keep the weed pressure down, not only is there gonna be more nutrients for your plants, but your plants are gonna be healthier as well. So we're using this black weed fabric here, and then we're also going to put on some wood chip mulch as well to make it look pretty, as well as insulate the soil and keep it cool. The great thing about this mulch here is that it does allow water to move through the black fabric, but it also is gonna smother out all those weeds because it's nice and thick. All right, we're just getting our second one planted here. And the next thing I wanna talk about is spacing, because it's really important that we remember this. And I think this is a big problem that most gardeners face at some point. And it's where you're planting perennials and you want your garden to look nice and full and pretty right off the bat. We kind of want that instant gratification. But we forget that these plants here are small now, but they get much bigger later. And in the case of blueberries, they grow really big, really fast if given the right conditions. And so what we're doing is we're spacing these out on center. I'll explain what on center means, because that is something that really throws a lot of people off, but ultimately is gonna allow you to grow the most amount of food in the smallest space possible. And here's a little spoiler, it doesn't apply to just blueberries. It applies to everything in your garden. So the whole concept of on-center spacing is basically taking the amount of space that it needs, but dividing it in half. Now, it's not because you're gonna be putting your plants closer, it's that oftentimes on-center spacing is not defined or clearly defined on things like seed packets or on plant labels. You see, these blueberries, they need about 5 feet total space. That's the total diameter of the plant, right? If you were to take it and slice it right in half, the diameter of a fully mature blueberry bush is gonna be right around 5 feet. So if the plant is in the center, right, the radius, that's the distance from the outside of the circle to the center. We wanna take the radius, not the total diameter, because that's oftentimes what gardeners will do when they read a label or they read the back of a seed packet and it says space out this far apart. They forget that that's the center of the plant all the way total, right? That's the total diameter. So when you look at 5 foot spacing, a lot of gardeners would take this blueberry and they would say, all right, I'm gonna space it out 5 feet. I'm gonna put my hole here. Now, the fact of the matter is, now, if you did that again, you'd only fit 3 plants in the same space we're planting 4, because you've got 5 foot and 5 foot. There's no way that this blueberry is gonna get 10 feet in diameter. It's gonna get 5 feet. So what do we want? We want about 2.5 feet and 2.5 feet. And that is gonna get you 5 feet total. So when this plant is fully mature and it's growing out to its maximum size, you want the leaves just to barely be touching. That means it's gonna cover the most amount of your garden as efficiently as possible. And that is the secret of on-center spacing. So one of the final tips I wanna give you all is water. Water, water, water. When it comes to water, it could not be more important. And why we chose the location we did, as you can kind of see the scope of the land here, we got the greenhouse. The whole idea behind this is just to kind of showcase what's going on, what we're selling at our shop, because we do sell blueberries, by the way. But we want to kind of give a kind of an experiential garden where people can come in, they can shop, see what we're doing, and just kind of enjoy the plants. But the reason why we chose that specific spot for our blueberries is because of water. Blueberries, regardless of the variety you're going to plant, love lots of water. In their natural habitat, they're about 1 step away from a cranberry. Cranberries love growing in really wet, boggy, marshy areas. Blueberries are about 1 step up from that. They love lots of water. They don't love to be sitting in damp water all the time. They don't want to be in a marsh or a swamp, but just up from that, a little bit higher in elevation where they're not going to be wet all the time, but have good, adequate sources of water, they're going to thrive. So you'll notice we have here our gutters that will take water from the building. And the natural contour of the land is that it flows along here, right along our property line, and it's gonna flow this way. And then it picks up an elevation change because it goes off to the river. Because where we're at, there's a river there. So everything flows towards the river, but it follows this hill around, wraps around, and it's naturally going to get this contour right here where the water is going to flow. And we actually have just past where the blueberries are planted, it picks up a French drain system. So we actually have dug down, put in some tiling That way there's not water sitting right on our greenhouse rotting out our foundation. It actually goes through some pea gravel into a pipe with holes drilled out to it and then goes out to the road. So this area just is gonna catch all of that beautiful runoff coming off the roof, coming off of these surrounding hills. It's gonna wrap around, and these blueberries are going to get absolutely loving amounts of water. They're just gonna be hugged every single time it rains with that beautiful water, and they're gonna thrive here. So wherever you plant your blueberries, just make sure either you can water a lot or they're gonna have good access to that water and they're gonna thrive. All right, so there you all go. There are some of the biggest tips I can give you all, kind of pro tips that I've learned over the years on how to grow blueberries. We've got a lot more videos on blueberries, things like pruning. You're gonna wanna watch that. We've got a pruning video. We've got videos I learned from an 83-year-old farmer that lives just up the way. He taught me basically everything I know about blueberries. So many of these tips have come from him. Marvin is his name, and he's a great guy. So make sure you check out that video as well. I think the video is titled, I Got Schooled by an 83-Year-Old Farmer on How to Grow Blueberries. Highly recommend checking out that video. And so I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all learned something new. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to grow bigger. Take care. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider checking this one out. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you so much for your viewership, because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. If you haven't subscribed yet, it's free. Consider doing that. We upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, rain or shine. And if you need any garden tools, supplies, or seeds, check out MIgardener.com. We got you covered. See you guys in the garden. Bye.